welcome back to another episode. My name is Mark Davis and I'm an integrative hypnotherapist from Reeves Rewired. Welcome to our journey into understanding stress, not as a weakness, but as a powerful, multidimensional survival mechanism. It's built into our biology to keep us safe, and we'll explore throughout this video how this ancient system works within us. It's not just about feeling overwhelmed, it's about a complex interplay of body and mind. By the end of the video, we'll uncover the mechanics, how it shows up, and most importantly, how we can manage it. So next, let's dive into the chemical that governs this entire process of the stress response. Building on our understanding of stress as a survival tool, let's talk about its chief conductor, cortisol. When your brain receives any threat, your hypothalamus sends a signal. This signal tells your adrenal glands to pump out cortisol, and this chemical prepares your brain for survival, all without you even having to think about it. High levels of cortisol put your body on extreme alert, ready for anything, and this leads us directly to the classic responses to danger that many of these viewers will be familiar with. The survival trio: fight, flight, or freeze. So, with cortisol coursing through your veins and your system, your body has a few go-to options. The survival trio are its usual default responses, and you might prepare to fight, ready to confront that threat head on with every ounce of physical strength. Or you might choose flight, getting ready to escape the situation to ensure your safety and survival. And then there's freeze, where you might become still, calculating your next move or even trying to become invisible to the threat. These aren't conscious choices, they're primal responses, and they trigger some dramatic changes in your body. When your body goes into fight, flight, or freeze, it's like your inner caveman takes over. Your digestive system shuts down, redirecting all energy to vital organs and muscles. Your senses sharpen, giving you hyper focus on the perceived threat. Perhaps you start hyperventilating, increasing oxygen in your blood for rapid action. Perhaps your heart rate skyrockets, pumping oxygenated blood to your limbs, where it might be needed if you need to run away. Your body prioritizes survival above all else, sacrificing non-essential functions. But what happens when this survival mode is triggered by emotional stress? Now, let's connect this to emotional stress, which is often triggered by major life events or even daily stressors. This emotional load leaves us feeling overwhelmed, irritable, and unable to concentrate. It weakens our immune system and impairs our daily performance. Normally, our brain detoxes from these daily emotional occurrences during REM sleep, but high cortisol levels, which is a result of chronic stress, causes overthinking and disrupts this crucial sleep cycle. This lack of sufficient rest prevents our brain from regulating emotional health. So let's look into how physical stress impacts our body's overall balance. Physical stress, just like emotional stress, throws our bodies out of whack. It prevents us from reaching that crucial state of homeostasis. Homeostasis is our body's natural resting state, where everything is balanced and our systems can repair themselves. But when physical stress is constant, our body stays in alert mode and it never gets that chance to recover. This constant state of alert is why deep sleep deprivation is such a critical factor here and in many of our clients' treatment plans, because it directly impacts our body's ability to heal and regulate itself. This inability to return to balance often pushes us towards unhealthy coping mechanisms, which we'll explore next. When we're stuck in that cycle of chronic stress, our bodies and minds desperately seek some sort of relief, and this often leads to unhealthy coping mechanisms. Perhaps we might overeat, looking for emotional fillers to soothe that hyperactive stress response. Or we might turn to substances like alcohol or drugs, trying to artificially lower cortisol and quiet our busy brains. Social withdrawal is another common response, isolating us from the very support networks that we need. All of these behaviors feed back into the cycle, especially sleep deprivation, which keeps our cortisol high and prevents that essential REM detox. So, in order for us to break this cycle and introduce healthier ways to cope, let's explore our options. The good news is we have powerful biological interventions to combat this stress cycle. Progressive muscle relaxation, for example, which I enjoy using with my clients, helps us systematically release physical tension, increasing our body awareness through a standard induction. But through this guided sensory imagery, it takes it a step further and it engages all our senses to signal to the brain that the threat has passed, inducing deep relaxation. And both of these techniques directly lower cortisol levels, allowing our bodies to begin that vital journey back to homeostasis. These relaxation techniques are foundational, but for long-term change, we need tools that empower clients beyond the session. To truly empower clients for long-term control, we aim to introduce techniques like anchoring and regression. Anchoring involves creating a physical trigger like touching your thumb to a finger to instantly recall positive emotions. This gives clients an on-demand coping mechanism for real-world triggers. Regression, on the other hand, helps reframe past negative experiences and responses into new perspectives. This is crucial for resolving deep-seated stress and trauma-based reactions. These tools move beyond just relaxation, and they equip clients to manage their emotional state actively, even when they're not in session. Ultimately, our goal is to guide clients back to homeostasis and that unique resting state of balance and repair. This journey empowers them to move from simply surviving to truly thriving by actively adjusting their perspective on environmental stresses and triggers clients gain an empowered outlook. Fostering this sense of calmness and control ensures they are well equipped for future challenges. It's about building resilience and giving them the tools to maintain that balance long after our work together is done. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next episode.